Okay, Eric, you asked for pictures, so I shot you a video. How's that? So that's a Mad Max looking Spyder in my extremely disorganized, as of late, garage. It's amazing what having a baby will do to your time and organization skills. But that's with the front trunk removed, along with some other pieces. There's a lower fascia bumper down there on my concrete. And here's the skid plate that sits below the trunk. And you can see it's gotten some use. I think I remember the road I did that on. But that mounts up underneath the very front of the Spyder. Helps support the trunk, which I have disconnected over here. Fog lights, if you have them, stay attached to the trunk when you remove it. The trunk came off pretty easy. Had to get at the trunk anyway because my cable was corroded and I couldn't release the trunk through the ignition key like I normally would. But real simple setup. You know, we talked on Facebook before about the geometry of the Spyder and how I thought it would handle on the track. And again, we've got shocks there. The new shocks I'm putting on are they look identical, but the spring rate and so forth are a little bit different, so it should stiffen up the front end for me. Sway bar is down here at the bottom. Got an aftermarket one coming that's thicker and stiffer, and that should really help the Spyder correct some of its outside leaning personality in the twisties. So I've ridden a few Spyders that have had it. I can't say that I've been able to notice the difference, but I wasn't really riding them really hard at all in the twisties when I was doing that, so it probably explains why. Got some Zerk fittings up here for the A-arms, front and back. The easiest way to get at them is to remove the trunk, so I'll be greasing those. They don't really call for those to be greased too much on too narrow of an interval, so I'll probably be good for another 12,000 or more miles after that. And then this in here is the dynamic power steering unit, and that's what's under recall. They tend to go haywire and decide to turn you left or right in the direction you don't want to go, which is a little scary. So I got to arrange with the dealer to have that done. Plus it's due for its 12,000 mile interval, which I'm kind of overdue on, to get the valves checked. And the dealer will probably really like me because I've got that different air intake in here, which uses a K&N, which I can't stand. I don't like the K&N. I'd rather do paper because the K&N suck too much dirt. So I've got another layer of foam over the top of that. But this allowed me to get in, get at the plugs and the engine and wiring and hoses and everything a little bit better. But they'll be able to pull off the valve covers and get at the valves and do their measurements and shim them and whatever they need to do. And then this panel here is, you know, what I need to remove for the battery. So this whole black arching thing. Problem is, on a stock Spyder, that panel is really easy to get off. You know, several bolts, and you just kind of pull it off rather easily. But I've got the lockable hard cases, and they're on the manufacturer's, not BRP, but the maker of the case, Jivy. They make these steel brackets. There's 3 different bracket manufacturers out there, but they're all a pain in the ass to pull off just in order to pull this panel to get at the battery, which is right under here where my hand is. So I've had the battery in there for 2 years, and yeah, I'm starting to get a battery light up here on the dash at low idle, and some other times I've noticed it. And I keep the battery on a battery tender at all times, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, that's a quick view of the state of disassembly and where I'm at with it currently, and probably be ripping more off. Maybe I'll get some panels painted. I don't know. It's only money, right?